The Federal Reserve takes a bite out of interest rates. A first at last, a Democratic candidate for president. And half of America's workforce has no retirement plan. A new idea could change all that. This is the CBS Evening News. Dan Rather reporting. Good evening. The Federal Reserve Board is cutting interest rates again. It's an effort to fight the recession and stoke up the U.S. economy. The Fed lowered a key lending rate this day from 6 down to 5.5%. Susan Spencer begins our coverage. Susan?
Dan, this is the third time in the last 4.5 months that the Fed has lowered the boom on the discount rate, trying yet again to jolt some life into this sluggish economy. And perhaps nobody in this town was happier about the news than President Bush.
This is a very strong leadership role by the Fed now that will be helpful, I think, around the world, and certainly be helpful to our economy that needs a kick now, needs a boost.
How badly the economy needs that kick was clear in surveys out today showing factory orders down for the 5th month in a row, and consumer confidence last month also in the basement. Some economists speculated that the Fed's regional banks pressured for this, seeing local signs the recession is more serious and more stubborn than even the official statistics show. Whatever the reason for the move, Democrats also welcomed it.
I think it's a very, very positive step at a time when the recession seems to be holding on and actually unemployment figures are going up.
For consumers, the immediate question is whether the banks will share the bounty and pass lower rates on to them in the form of cheaper loans.
I think households can expect to see yet further reductions in mortgage rates, both on adjustable rate and fixed rate mortgages, along with reductions on standard loans having to do with home equity and personal loans.
President Bush said today that he is hopeful that the banks will cut their personal loan lending rates, that in fact he expects it. For now, that's the position here at the White House, which is sticking to its prediction that by midsummer this recession will be a mere memory. Dan?
Let's hope they're right. Thanks, Susan. Our business correspondent Ray Brady has been looking into the impact of all this on family finances and the economy at large.
Since you've already been pre-approved, I don't see any problem with it.
If timing is everything, today's news from Washington was good news for Virginia Mullis. She's applying for a new credit card, one that she hopes will now carry a lower rate of interest.
Well, I think that's great. It'll get me to use it more often if I get one, which I hopefully I will.
A low discount rate enables banks to cut their rates, so consumers can buy cars, houses, and other items that traditionally have fired up a sluggish economy.
I think the housing industry and the banking industry is beginning to realize that they can't play bad guys so much to homeowners and consumers in general, because they're going to lose their market.
One industry that's lost a lot of its market welcomed today's news. General Motors, the nation's biggest car maker, reported a loss of more than $1 billion for the first quarter of 1991. And Ford, a loss of more than $800 million, its biggest ever. It's hoped lower rates might turn the auto business around. It certainly couldn't hurt. Last year alone, 900 dealers went out of business.
I've been in the business for 40 years, and it's the roughest I've seen it. Really bad.
Far better that it happened today than not wait till July or August, which then probably would be too late to really save this year as a decent auto sales year.
Consumers will see rates on home equity loans and on variable rate mortgages come down soon. But banks may be slow to drop auto loan rates and long-term home mortgages. That's because the banks have lost a lot of money making bad loans and want to keep some rates high. Now that the government is lowering rates to the banks, keeping higher rates to you will give the banks fatter profits and help them make up for all the millions of dollars they've been losing in the past few years. Dan?
What about it, Ray? Will this be enough to turn things around?
Well, Dan, the unemployment rate is still rising. Consumers are still cautious, so it's going to take more than today's action to really move this economy ahead.
Ray Brady, thanks. With an election year nearing, Washington is beginning to pay some attention to another source of widespread economic worry: the millions of working Americans who have no pension plan. Wyatt Andrews has our report on that.